Okay, so this is a little ridiculous, but we got another one. All right, ladies and gents of the internet, I have an exciting, crazy pickup slash story, but let's just jump into it. For the luxury and watch enthusiasts among us, if you don't know the brand that is Kearns and the kind of jewelry house that is Kearns, they are one of the authorized dealers in the jewelry space, but in particular, they are known in the kind of luxury watch market here in the Bay Area. They have a store out in Burlingame that has now expanded into San Francisco, where they run the Rolex and Patek Philippe boutique in the Union Square area. And I scored my first official allocation, I should say, today, 4 days after I put up my list. So let's talk about it. Okay, so I promise we are going to get into this unboxing here momentarily, but here's the kind of backstory for those who are interested, because a big part of this whole game is, the kind of the waiting and all of that. I have traditionally bought a lot of my watches in my collection. As a watch enthusiast and collector, I have something over like 17, 20 pieces at this point. Over the last couple of years, I've bought in pre-loved, I've brought on in the gray market and all of that. I have traditionally not gone and done the whole authorized dealer game, which again, if you're new to this, is essentially just going to these boutiques that are, officially partnered with, in this case, Rolex or whatever the brand may be, where they can sell these watches at retail, meaning MSRP, which again, it sounds simple and straightforward for those who are, you want a product, you buy a product. It doesn't quite work that way in the watch market. You got to go through an authorized dealer. You got to establish a relationship. And sometimes that involves, again, accruing a couple pieces before you get the pieces that you want. Essentially, you got to build a rapport, almost like a portfolio. Essentially, as I was saying, as I'm going to start to unbox this, I went to the AD here in the Bay Area on a Saturday. So like this recent weekend, I'm filming this on a Wednesday, to establish a relationship, establish rapport, meet my associate, and kind of, talk a little bit about my collection, what I have, what I'm looking for, what I'm interested in, and to see kind of like what they had in the showroom. Because, despite what you might read online, like some of these stores do have inventory in stock. A lot of your markets will vary. And if you're in like more major cities or metros, like for example, Los Angeles, New York, or in this case, San Francisco, sometimes, yes, it's a little tougher, right? But with the intention of getting a couple pieces on the list, I was able to walk out day one when I walked in with a piece. That piece was for my partner, which I actually technically showed in another video when I picked this up a couple days ago, but this is her ladies Datejust in pink with the Roman numerals. The pink is not coming off as well in this lighting here, but it is just a really stunning, simple color. Obviously, this is the ladies Datejust, so much smaller form factor. This was technically my first pickup, right? In store, it was available that day. We were very fortunate because this is the exact configuration we were looking for her. I then put down a couple things on my list. A Rolex GMT Master 2 126710. Is it BLR? Or I might be mixing up the references. Essentially, the Batman, as it's more commonly known, because if you've seen my previous video, I recently picked up a Bruce Wayne, and I wanted to kind of have the accompanying trio. The second watch on my list was none other than the Rolex Submariner, and more specifically, or I guess more aptly nicknamed, the Bluesy. This is the two-tone Rolex, technically three-tone in this case, and is a stunning model. This is very much a utility tool watch. This is a diver's watch, the Submariner, per its name, though traditionally more popularized, just kind of, a Rolex that a lot of people, like and wear. You could very much dive with this thing, but as I was talking with my sales associate, a lot of times the most water these watches see for most people is, washing your hands, or maybe the pool, or some people shower with this on, and you can 100% do that given what this is rated for. But this is the Rolex Bluesy, and it is just a beautiful piece here. Again, you have it on the Oyster Perpetual bracelet in the two-tone here, with this iconic kind of, blue ceramic bezel with the pops of gold there, and this very deep blue dial that in the certain lighting you can see it there. It just kind of changes colors at a certain angle. Like for example, you can see here it kind of almost looks black, and then when it hits that right lighting, you can really see that deep blue color. And yeah, this is just a beautiful, beautiful piece. I have the extra links and the hang tag in here. These are the new 2025-26 boxes, so they have like a little hidden trapdoor right here that reveals your paperwork, like your your warranty booklet alongside your warranty card, which I'm not gonna reveal there because it has the serial number on it. It shows like the purchase date, which you can see here if I cover that is exactly today when I'm recording this. Very, very cool. And this is specifically the 126613LB is the reference number for this Submariner. This is a beautiful, beautiful watch. I'm going to go ahead and throw it on wrist so you can see here while I kind of yap about this pickup. Like I said, I quite literally walked in 4 days ago and kind of put my list down. Did not expect to get, as they call it, the call that soon in terms of inventory. Now, at the end of the day, is the Bluesy a crazy... I don't want to say it's not a not sought after watch, but is it a model that maybe is as popular as, other iconic models and very trendy pieces right now, like the Batman or Bruce Wayne, or on the higher end, the Daytonas? Probably not necessarily. I would say I can't speak in full confidence, but in terms of what I know and follow in the market, it is definitely a iconic Submariner for all intents and purposes. But is it as hard to get in any market compared to those? Probably not. But still, I think, especially in a competitive market like San Francisco, this is the 2026 edition. This is brand new, just beautiful, beautiful piece here. I'm super excited to have this. It's very cool to have this on wrist. And I think just the story behind it and how quickly I was able to get this checked off my list. Like I said, just last month, I had just picked up this Bruce Wayne, which is an iconic, GMT Master 2. This is actually my first GMT. This Bluesy is technically my second Submariner. I had just a standard black dial Submariner, much older model that I actually got a long time ago back in Japan, but I don't have any modern Submariners. I've never really gravitated towards these watches as much. I have a lot of date justs, a couple, other pieces in their collection. This is very much like a utility tool watch, and it wears is so much thicker. It sits on that Oyster Perpetual bracelet versus something like a Jubilee, which is a little bit like dressier to most people. This is also just like a heftier piece, and it sits well on the wrist. The thing I like about this one too, since it's so new, it features the new glide lock, which is really cool. And essentially what that is it allows you to do some micro adjustments without having to remove links. So they did size this. They already removed 3 links for me, but they do it in a way where you can adjust your glide lock. So you can just unsnap this essentially and then adjust this on the fly. So you just quite literally pull this down and then you can adjust it to a couple notches depending on your preference, which is nice, especially if you're somebody who maybe you have a bit too much salty foods or MSG and your wrist might swell up. It allows you to kind of do that on the fly without having to take your watch apart and have a proper tool or take it in to get the links adjusted if you can't do it yourself, which I think is a nice touch and just overall convenience. This blue is just stunning. I've always thought that this piece was a really great color combination in terms of it's how it sits, and now just to have it in person is just a whole other ball game here. So you can see that brushed metal there does kind of your fingerprints and your oils will kind of show up on that gold plated surface there, but nonetheless just a really beautiful watch. And here it is sitting next to the Bruce Wayne for just kind of comparison here. You have your date here. You can get a no date sub, but I believe that's just in the black. But this Bluesy here is iconic. And then, of course, you have on your bezel here, you can rotate the bezel. And just let me get this close into the mic here so you can hear the crunchiness of this clicking in gears here. Whew, that's clean. Now, unlike the GMT, it's not like the GMT now is silent actually, but it can rotate both ways. You get tactile feedback, but there's no actual, like, you can barely hear that clicking. Whereas on the Submariner, it is very tactile, very audible, but it can only be rotated one way. Like if you overshoot it or what have you, you got to rotate the full way to get back to where you see fit. That bezel, by the way, to the best recollection, like, given that this is a diver's watch, is used for divers before they submerge on their dive. Essentially, you want to align, my understanding is that indice right there, that triangle, with the minute hand, and then you use your kind of sweeping second hand as a guide for when you're diving to understand, how much time has actually passed, and you can like monitor it that way. I'm sure that there's more to that, and I'm missing certain aspects of that. Look, am I ever going to see the bottom of the ocean with this watch personally? No. This is a watch, while I respect the utility behind it and the story behind the Submariner, which is such an iconic watch, this is just something that I wanted to add because it is just something different that I didn't have, and something to add to the collection that is just so unique while at the same time still being iconic. And then we can pull up the Submariner here from Rolex's official site. We can go into configure here. If you've ever browsed Rolex, they do allow you to kind of configure and see what the different models will look like, the different dials and the customization, and even the price. Like it is straight up just advertised here since it's the official Rolex site. Unlike some luxury stores which may not give you the price, or kind of like an ask sort of deal. So here's your standard Rolex Submariner with the date. You have Submariner date, Submariner no date as it's called, where essentially all you're getting is that the days of the month. And from there, you can choose different materials. Obviously, the material you choose will vary in price. Like the oyster steel, which is the kind of standard, is your entry level kind of Submariner. Whereas if you go into the yellow golds or white golds, a lot more material, a lot heftier, a lot more pricey. So the Smurf, as they call this one, for example, in white gold, jumps the price from an entry level of 11 grand to 52 grand. And same thing with the yellow gold, as that fluctuates also, kind of expressly with the price of gold. Whereas you have the yellow Rollosaur, which we're looking at here, where you kind of have this two-tone, and you can kind of get information on this and how it's kind of crafted here and what kind of goes into that. So from there, you can choose the bezel. In this case, this is black ceramic. And then you have the blue ceramic, which is, in this case, the model that we have, known as the kind of the Bluesy here. So here it is, royal blue. This is a 41 millimeter watch diagonal, kind of lug to lug. So it is a little bit of a bigger face if you're not used to that, or you prefer kind of smaller faces. Oyster steel and yellow gold. And then you can kind of go in and see more information on the watch. This does have a lume, which I've yet to see personally, but you can see the really iconic lume there, which makes sense, especially if this is going to be a diving watch. You might be, underwater. You can see those kind of indices light up there. Beautiful. And then you can explore it here in a 360 view on the website, for a model that you might be interested in. And look, this was unexpected. I did not expect to get a call so quickly. Like I said, from my sales associate, essentially told me he had something in, he wanted to see when I could stop by. The funny thing is, I was actually going to stop by either tomorrow or on Friday based on my schedule, when I was more available to kind of swing by. I just happened then to have to run to the Apple store in Union Square to pick up some machines for work. And while we were out there, literally the Rolex boutique is right across the street. I decided just to kind of see if I can pop in and if my associate was free. It was kind of like perfect timing. He just wrapped up an appointment and there's a small gap where he got to show me this piece. And again, up until the point of me walking in, I had no idea what it was going to be off of my list. Right now, like I said, I put a couple like wish list items, with the Batman kind of being at the top of that. The Bluesy was number 2. And Stars aligned. I got lucky. Sales associate pulled some string. Who knows? I'm not complaining. 4 days from making the list, I've now accrued the ladies' date just here and my Bluesy from my first visit. Not a bad way to kick things off on the AD side of things. And yeah, I mean, from here, I will definitely be a repeat customer. And again, I think the Kern's experience in the Rolex showcase has been great thus far. I hope it continues to stay that way. And I am looking forward to hopefully in the future adding more pieces to the collection and continuing to establish rapport and build upon that. But this, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I guess you can say is a impulse pickup, but at the same time, like, usually when you're putting these watches on the list, it's because you really have curated and thought about the pieces that you want. And ideally, you know, depending on your situation, you kind of plan for these things. Maybe you saved up for these things. Maybe you set aside some funds for these things. Whenever you get that iconic call, I did not expect it to happen this fast. But when something like this comes up, and if you are still in love with that piece whenever it comes, whenever that time may be, whenever that weight may be, and you get to actually wear it on your wrist, sometimes you got to answer that call. And that's what we did today with the Bluesy. I look forward to wearing this in good health and rotation. I've been adding a lot of pieces lately where, like, I need to maybe take a break and get them, you know, the love that they deserve. So I am looking forward to wearing this Bluesy out and about. And I hope you enjoyed this kind of quick unboxing showcase and look at a pickup that I did not foresee happening. But again, I know this is not like getting a Daytona or a Pepsi or something like that in timely fashion, but I'll take a 4-day turnaround for something that I had no idea would be available. So shout out to Kern's Jewelry and Kern's Jewelers at Union Square. Shout out to my sales associate, and looking forward to hopefully more videos down the road, and who knows, a full review of this after I've given it some proper wear and usage. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm over the moon. I'm ecstatic, very fortunate, and looking forward to hopefully unboxing some more cool pieces in the future. Thanks for watching.